Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Eagles Collective, and me and Jay usually kind of talk about the game under 24 hours before it starts. But we wanted to bring you guys into our conversations of what we talk about. And Jay has a lot of big things he wants to point out about yesterday's game. So Jay, I'll let you take it over.
Yeah, basically, how you doing, everybody? Basically, me and Warren have this conversation after every game, whether it's initially after the game or the next day. But I just want to say, we're 10-1 at this point. I'm hearing a lot of things of us being lucky, things going our way, everything keeps falling our way. But in reality, you can't get lucky 10 out of 11 times. It just doesn't work like that. The Eagles, just like any other team, have an equal opportunity to win every game. And as the season goes on and every single week we find a different way to win, we still find ways to complain as Eagle fans about this and about that. But at the end of the day, what I'm starting to realize is as long as Jalen Hurts is on the field and we have a chance, something can happen. And you know, that's the reason why he's a front runner for the MVP, and his odds have dramatically increased every single week. And since the Jets game, he's absolutely balled out. So we have to really understand that this is just who they are at this point. This is how they're winning. I'm tired of hearing about last year's team or this is how last year did it. You were pummeling teams. This is how they're doing it. This is how they're winning. This is their formula. This is what it is. Every week a different guy shows up, and that's what we need, and that's what we all need to acknowledge that this team is just winning gritty. That's just what they are and who they are, Warren.
Yeah, and I like how you pointed back to we we were spoiled last year. Last season we
Absolutely.
were spoiled. We were spoiled, and we kind of saw games and we were like, all right, we got that W, we got that W. But y'all got to remember too, this is the NFL. These are professionals. These
Mm-hmm.
coaches get paid to understand how we played last year, and they're now understanding that, yo, they're not playing like they did last year, but they're playing us harder.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, we need to also, and this is a little bit of us just being spoiled as fans. We have such a talented team, and the issues that we're upset about, like those are small little fixes. These are little things that we're fixing. We don't have a quarterback issue. We don't at the end of the day, we don't have a coaching issue. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have a receiver or a running back. You got so many other teams saying, yo, we so good, but we need a running back. Yo, we so good, but we need a quarterback. We don't have those issues.
Absolutely
We have a
not. You're right.
talented team. We have a we our team is racked and stacked from top to bottom. And we're underestimated because we are playing gritty. But I guarantee you, these teams, after we're done playing them, we're making those teams better after they're done playing us.
And
We're
you know
making
what,
them better.
Warren? Absolutely. And you know what? We're getting everybody's best shot. Being that we had the best record for 30 weeks plus in the NFL, we're getting everybody's best shot every single week. Every single week, we're getting everybody's best shot, no matter what.
Yeah, we are, and we got to understand that we want this to be a dynasty team. We don't want this to just be one Super Bowl and we good. We want this to be a dynasty team. We went to the Super Bowl last year. At the end of the day, we tasted it, but we didn't get the bite. Now we
Mhm.
want that bite.
Mhm.
We want that bite at the apple,
You know
and
what,
that's just the
Warren?
beginning of what they want to get to.
I don't know how much more battle tested this team can get. Like they're completely battle tested. It's like there's so many combinations and formulas for them to win. It's just Sirianni said it yesterday. He just has guys that don't quit, and it's very evident on this team that these guys won't quit. It's like when they need to get the stop or they need to make that play, it just happens. No matter what happened the previous 3 quarters or the whole game prior to that, it's just like they're getting the plays when they need them.
Yeah, and we can't get upset. Like we can say, okay, the first half it wasn't a good game. First half wasn't a good game. Tell me how many teams that you know, and teams that are even in our division, when they're down like that in the first half, to come back in the second half.
4 weeks in a
See
row.
what the yeah, see what the issues are, fix them, and come back with a W.
See,
Like
that's what I
I
say about
understand a lot of people are
resiliency.
upset.
Like it's crazy, Warren. Think about it. They've been outgained 4 weeks in a row and trailed at
Yeah,
the half 4 weeks in a row.
yeah,
That's not luck. You just don't get lucky and storm a comeback. It takes some skill, it takes some grit, it takes some griminess to just get down there and just get points quick.
and we're traveling on top of that. We're going into other places and we're beating other teams. So I I think we have the best quarterback in the NFL. That's point blank. Period. We have the best quarterback in the NFL. We all respect Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes' stats and his accolades is what's got him there. But at the end of the day, when you want to talk about a quarterback that's leadership skills and his whole goal, and the reason why he is the way that he is because he wants to win, that's Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely.
Away from stats, passing yards, all that stuff. Our quarterback is the best quarterback in the NFL. He is what every team wants as a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Like it's
Absolutely.
and we're lucky to have that. And we're lucky to have our running back core, our receiving core, our defensive line, like our vets that won a Super Bowl already. They
Mhm.
have the ring. They already have it. They could have retired 2 years ago, but they want it. And they wanted to stay because they see something in this team that we have with the quarterback that we have leading. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, and we got a tough game coming up. We got the 49ers, and the
We got a
49ers,
couple tough games. They keep saying it,
yeah,
Warren, we running through them. What's going on? They
yeah,
keep saying the
yeah.
schedule's tough. We got tough games coming up. Listen, they could. It's to the point now where they could. There's 3 games left on this quote unquote gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
They could split now. They could lose 1 game, 2 games, and still be okay. The thing is, going head to head with Dallas and San Francisco, you don't want to lose to both of them. That's a worst case scenario for the Eagles right now. So at the minimum, you have to split with one of them because it's head to head. But as long as they could keep that 2 game cushion, you know, in
Mm-hmm.
between them and most teams, they're going to be pretty good going down the stretch because they have those 3 games at the end of the season, 2 against New York and 1 against Arizona. That will be relatively easy compared to the games that they've been playing. And not any slight on the Giants or the Cardinals, but we're just going with what we've seen based on this season.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, and this is just me thinking out loud, I
Yeah,
would much rather have us take a L from either one of those teams right now in the regular season, and when playoffs come, we beat them.
that's true. That's true.
Like I'll take that. Like I can see the 49ers playing us hard, and it's literally like down
They're
to the
on
teeth of
extra
the game
rest.
like it was last night. And we
We're
take the
playing
L, and then they come
49ers on
back home
extra
to us
rest.
and we beat them. What's that?
We're playing the 49ers, they're on extra rest. And the Dallas, when we play them, they're on extra rest. Dallas got a gift with their schedule. 2 back-to-back Thursdays, is weird. But whatever.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
so they're going to be on extra rest when they play us. So will San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco. But, there's going to be no excuses for this team, or they just have to continue. Another thing I might add, like another thing with Jalen Hurts, no matter how pretty it is for the other team, those first 3 quarters, Jalen could look like he's a scrub for 3 quarters, maybe even a half. But you know what? He pulls it. He always makes a play. It's just like he finds a play. The touchdown to Zacchaeus is one of the best throws I've ever seen. You understand? I've never seen a quarterback, just it's just like he it looks like he's dead in the water and then he just comes alive. It's just like it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes is the only one I could say that I've seen him have numerous games like that where he almost looks dead in the water and he comes back. But you say we have the best quarterback in the NFL. And you know what? I kind of agree
Mm-hmm.
with you, Warren. I really do because as every week goes on, he's solidifying himself. And he beat Patrick Mahomes has had. But you know what? I'll tell you what we do have. We have the smartest quarterback in the NFL. His bad decisions are minimized. Even if he's not playing well, it's not because he's being very errant or it's just it's not there. He doesn't force things. He's not forcing everything. He's taking what the defense gives him and eventually he adjusts. This team is very good at adjusting at the half of what I've seen so far. And more
Yeah.
defensively. Yesterday, defensively, you're playing Josh Allen. Essentially, you're playing a guy who's has the same skill set as Jalen Hurts. bigger guy and everything. So you already know we're playing a guy that has same weapon skills that the Eagles have. So it was gonna be a tough, it was gonna be tough. It was tough. 14 straight games over, wins over teams with a winning record. It's just unbelievable what he's doing this season. It's just completely unbelievable. The Jets loss, in a sense, was a blessing because you wouldn't want to be undefeated at this point with all that pressure on you, like last season when we were, people thought they would go undefeated. So, I'm glad where this season is headed. Um, got to get these Niners or Cowboys. You got to win at the minimum one of these two, and just try to solidify because the Seattle game's not going to be easy either up there in Seattle. So they got to just really just try to keep
Yeah.
rolling the ball and keep everything. They're in control of their own destiny. We're not hoping for another team to lose. We're just trying to keep it in our destiny.
So, and then I want you guys to think about this too. Um, the game with the Chiefs and with the Bills, two AFC teams, pass heavy teams, uh, dominant quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks. We played them in the rain. One we played in their home field, and then the other team they played us in ours.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 49ers, who are probably going to be playing us in better weather, at our home field. And then we got the Cowboys, who basically play indoors. So I personally see it as it might just be a field day. Damn, it's not raining. I don't have to worry about slipping around. No, nothing crazy going on like that. Like it's I think these games are going to be lighter, but you did make a good point that these teams that we're going to be playing kind of have a little bit of a longer rest than we did. But the Bills also had a longer rest than us as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. They came in up another, but it's like
And we came back.
that's
So
where they do
so
the schedule
that's
metrics. That's what they do.
yeah,
That's when
so
we have the
so
hardest
I'm looking
schedules.
at it like that. Yeah, a lot of people expected us to lose just simply off of that. Just simply off the fact that the Bills have more rest than us.
That's true. That's
So my thing is you can't underestimate the team. That's it. Like and all these players say this on every conference that they have or every interview that they get. You can't underestimate the opponent.
at all.
And I think the players and the coaches know that us as fans and those other fans out there, they're underestimating us. So when we're beating them, they're getting even more pissed off. And
And
it's
if you
kind of like at this
remember,
point,
And if
yeah,
you remember, what I mean to cut you off, a couple weeks ago, we both said the Bills could be dangerous with the fire and the offensive coordinator on offense. And you see, the last 2 weeks they've been explosive. They've been explosive on
yeah,
offense. They're putting up yards. So it wasn't an easy task. This is not an easy win by any stretch. People like the Bills. The Bills are better than their 6-6 record. That's
yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Definitely better than their record, Warren. Definitely. But like moving forward, what is your biggest area of concern, real quick, before we get out of here, real quick?
Biggest area of concern is it's the secondary. At the end of the day, it's going to be the secondary. They've been doing very well. They've been doing better. Um, I know that Cunningham was out the game due to an injury. We don't really have a full report on how he's doing, but I think that kind of opens up that that opportunity to probably get Shaquille from the Colts. So
Mhm.
I think that would be a good move if we get him. But it's really that secondary and the linebacker core, just because we're kind of weakened in that area. But that's my biggest thing, just the secondary. Offense doesn't really bother me because if they're double teaming AJ Brown, we got Devontae. Um, if the run game is getting blocked up or getting clogged up, we can get the pass game going, and we still have the secret weapon of throwing the ball to Swift and throwing the ball to Julio Jones, which people sleep on. So
Absolutely.
it's all up in the air, but that's my only concern, secondary. What is yours actually?
My biggest concern is it has to do with the secondary, but the defense in general is the ability to get stops on third down, third and long. They gave up too much third and longs yesterday. Many times they could have salted away the game or put it out yet, and it put the game down. But I just think their inability to sometimes get stops on third downs and big key moments and give up big gains is a concern. But that's something that they should clean up moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm excited to see if we can finish up this gauntlet with no losses. If we get a loss, I will not be upset. But just remember, guys, when we watching these games, if it's rough in that first half, just know that we need to be confident enough to know that our team sees the same things that we see. They see the same shit. We just got
Yep,
to be able to trust them and know that hey, they're gonna make a change in the second half. They're gonna do something different. But we gotta be better as fans. We gotta realize we're spoiled right now. We spoiled.
absolutely. We're
Um,
definitely
but
spoiled.
yeah, Jay,
As
you
Eagle
got
fans, we're
anything
not
else?
used to losing. We're not used to losing at this point. We keep winning, bro. Keep stacking dubs.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You got anything before we get up out of here?
Nah, Warren. Nah, I appreciate you, man. I know you're a busy man, and I have to take you out real quick in the conversation for the live, but I really appreciate your time, Warren.
Yeah, most definitely. Fly Eagles fly. We the collective.
Go Birds.